I love anime, obviously. And when an anime world, a world of fantasy, is brought to life by the designers, the voice actors, everyone who puts in the effort to create the world and bring it to the screen, I can't help but applaud all of their hard work for such a creation, such imagination, creativity in general. And when a new anime world is brought to the anime community, I can't help but do the same thing I'm sure a lot of other anime enthusiasts actually do, which is,
if you can live in any anime world, what would it be?
To wonder what it's like to live in that fantasy world, or their favorite fantasy world, or whatever. And when it comes to solo leveling, my reason for, if I had to choose, or if I was going to wake up randomly in a fantasy world, I would choose solo leveling. And the entire reasoning is shown to us in the first episode. And no, it's not, because it's a more modernized fantasy, it's a more modern world that's suddenly hit with fantasy elements like dungeons and having to deal with monsters and gaining powers or abilities, or being awakened into those abilities. It's not that per se. It's more of the world itself, how their society is not just going into these dungeons in order to close the dungeon or beat the dungeon boss and keep their society protected and safe. It's not, they don't just do that. But since those monsters in those dungeons drop monster cores, they're also not just taking those cores, recycling them to make more weapons and armor, and then sending people back into the dungeons to rinse and repeat over and over again. It's not just that. It's also that they're using the cores for other purposes. They're using these cores in order to find a more sustainable source of energy, in order to innovate their own society and make it better.
原子力よりも安全で、水力、風力、地熱よりも効率が良く、火力のように大気を汚すこともない。理想的なクリーンエネルギー。政府もマナ鉱石や魔法石による発電方式を推進している。
ハンターしか得ることのできない希少資源。
だからこそハンターの担う役目は大きいのだ。
And that's why solo leveling is such a good anime, in my opinion. Because if you're going to be isekai to that world, you don't have to rush into wanting to be a hunter right away. You might want to be a scientist or something that's trying to focus on making that new clean and energy source a reality. You might be focused on doing that instead. That might be your protagonist story. You don't have to try and be a hunter, putting your life in danger, and because you don't know if you're gonna awaken to be like the E rank, the lowest rank, or you might get lucky, become a badass S rank. You don't have to worry about doing that. You could just live a normal life or try to actually help innovate that society and make that clean energy source a reality. And let's compare it to something like Danmachi, aka Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Which, by the way, it's totally not. And I ship these two more than I do these two, because these two are just more awesome. They just work better together, in my opinion. I like them better. But in Danmachi, the monsters also drop monster cores. But those monster cores, from what I can tell, from what I know, we are never given a reason for why those monster cores are hunted. We're never even really given a reason. Well, in the beginning, we're not really given a reason as to why, adventurers go into the dungeon in the first place and, put their lives on the line. I mean, later on, yeah, we find out about the Xenos, and you know, in order to bring peace to the Xenos and the adventure and the humans, the lowest floor of the dungeon must be conquered. That's cool and all, I get it, but what about the society of, what about the rest of that world's society, the people of that land, the ones that aren't just, you know, going in and hunting or going into the dungeon just to fight? What are they doing with those monster cores? Why are the monster cores valuable in the first place? Now, maybe I'm forgetting something. Maybe they said something, or maybe they gave a reason in the anime and I just don't remember. But it's not like they're using the monster cores to make weapons, because we've seen Wealth Prozo, the blacksmith, make weapons from, like, you know, surrounding goods or surrounding material found in the dungeon, or also just from the Minotaur horn. It's not like he needs the monster's crystals in order to make those weapons. And for all we know, well, from what I know, it's just that those monsters' crystals are just traded in for cash. But what does the guild do with those monster crystals after they buy them off the adventurer? You know, maybe it's because I'm anime only, and don't judge me, because I just don't have time to read manga all the time, okay? Leave me alone. I'm a busy man. But maybe there's a reason for it that I'm not aware of. But at least in Solo Leveling, they straight up tell us, hey, you know, yes, we do use some of those monster crystals to make more weapons and recycle them and make more weapons and armor and give them to other hero hunters so they can go in and keep fighting. But we're also using some of these monster crystals to form a clean source of energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's innovative, and I like that. But there's another anime that's kind of does it differently as well. It's called My Unique Skill Makes Me OP Even at Level 1. Now that world, it's like all of your daily necessities, all your ingredients, all of your, you know, the daily, not daily tools, but tools that you use in the world drop from monsters, like the Brussels sprouts, I think Brussels sprouts or whatever, and carrots drop from monsters. Like, you kill them, poof, carrot kind of thing. So I'm guessing they also get the wood that they use to build the towns from monsters as well. Kill the monster, it drops wood, collect the wood, build the town. But that anime has its own problem, because these two, their relationship is a little sus. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. But when it comes to world building and societal building, I don't recall any other anime that do it like Solo Leveling. I mean, yeah, there's Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash, which we're given a reason for the drops collected from the monsters. You know, they obviously don't, the monsters just don't like poof and drop some random shit. But the monsters themselves carry like little trinkets, like little coins or teeth or whatever, that the villagers collect, or that the adventurers collect, sell to the villagers, and the villagers make, like, you know, wards to ward off evil things or whatever. That's cool and all, but I don't know. It's just something. It's. I've never seen another anime that does it like Solo Leveling. Someone that's like, yeah, we are forced to deal with these monsters, but we're not only just, you know, gonna coexist in this cycle of hunt them down, take their items, and, like, I don't know, either sell the cores and just get gold for it, or whatever. But it's like, we're also going to innovate our society, since we have this new source, since we have this source of this newfound energy, this newfound material. We're gonna try to innovate our society as well. And I just like how that's being done, you know? And so I guess that's all I'm saying is it's nice to see that an anime that is as world building as Solo Level, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've rambled on enough, and hopefully I made my point clear. But
If you can live in any anime world, what would it be?
anyway, that's all I got for now. So don't forget to do those 3 things that I like to ask you to do, and
Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah.
and you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace, and much love to you.